Welcome to C-Steps. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install Prometheus Windows Agent. So let's get started. First thing, open up your browser and go to the following URL. And then select one of the MSI or exe file that's relevant for your OS or machine. Once that's downloaded, go ahead and install the agent. Now that that's installed, we can double check to see whether or not if the service is running. So if you go to your Windows services, and then you should see a service name by Windows Exporter, and it should be running. Another way to verify that the agent is working as intended, if you open up your browser and go to the following URL, localhost, and then input the following port 9182, and then select health check. And the status should be okay. Agent is now installed, and yeah, the next step would be to go to your Prometheus server or wherever it's hosted. Go to the following folder that Prometheus is installed on. So in my case, it was on the root folder, and then Grafana add-on, and then Prometheus, and then you need to open up the YAML file. The YAML file, well, it just tells Prometheus what metrics to scrape and what to collect, how often to scrape, and where to send the data. At this moment in time, it only has the Grafana, well, the Prometheus server listed, but it's within this static config section where you would put your Windows agent information like your IP address or the host name. I've left a template for you to utilize within my GitHub, but yeah, just to kind of give you a brief, I've put in my server the SSS jump box, and within the bottom the relabel config, it just says to exclude the port number when you're reading it, for example within Grafana, because there might be time where you're selecting an instance and within the name it will have the port name at the end, but I didn't want that, I just wanted the host name. So for that reason why I've put the relabel config within there. Now that that's done, you just need to save it. But you will notice within this video right now is that there's going to be an error that occurs. But to check whether or not if it's picked up the agent, you go to the following URL, localhost 9090, which is the default port for Prometheus. Then you go to status and then select targets. When you refresh it or when you go to this page, it should have picked up the agent that we've just installed. But as part of the troubleshooting step, in a bit, I'm going to be restarting the service. Usually it kind of gives you a heads up that there's something wrong. So we just go to the Prometheus service and then select restart. Now it's failed to start, and that usually indicates that there's something wrong with the YAML file. So just so that you're not aware, YAML is space sensitive. You get any of the spacing wrong, it will basically fail. In my case, I didn't put the scrape config correctly and I had my spacing wrong. I'm just going to copy and paste my config again, which once again I'm going to be putting the link within my video description, should I say. So yeah, I've saved it, and if I restart it now, it should work. And if we go back to the browser and then go to the Prometheus page and then refresh it, you will see now that it's picked up the agent that we've just installed. It takes a little while, probably less than a minute, for it to pick it up. But yeah, if you refresh it, as you can see, it's picked up the Prometheus server, and now it's picked up the agent. So now it is scraping the data. One way to kind of test, or if you would like to see whether or not if it is picking up any of the data, is to basically go on your Grafana page and then select explore, and I'm just going to pick up the up metrics just to see whether or not if it's online. So yeah, as you can see with the local host, it had the port number. Because I put that relabel, it doesn't have it for the agent that we've just installed it on. But yeah, as you can see, it's picked up a value of 1, which states that it is up. But yeah, let's look at, I don't know, a CPU process or seconds total, and then run the query, and then yeah, it's picked up the data. In a nutshell, this is how you install a Prometheus agent on a Windows machine.